In this lesson, we will discuss exercise 2.1 and 14th part of question number 1. And again, we are going to use binomial theorem. So here I have written binomial theorem for you because we have discussed this theorem so many times. So I am going directly to the question. And question we have that function of x equal to x raised to power minus 100. Last question was x raised to power positive 40. Here we have negative 100. So everything is same. First of all, I would say that y is equal to x raised to power minus 100, and this is my equation number 1. So step number 1, again this question has 4 parts. So first of all, we will take increment. So taking increment on both sides, right? Both sides means both side of the equation. So y plus delta y, which is equal to x plus delta x whole power negative 100. In next step, we will take this y to the right hand side of the equation, and the sign of this y will change. Here in the left hand side it is positive y, so on the right hand side it will be negative y. Now as I said that y is equal to x raised to power minus 100, so this value of y I am going to put here. Here you have to write down, put the value of y from equation 1 into 2. So here we will have delta y is equal to x plus delta x whole power negative 100 minus, instead of y I am going to write down x raised to power minus 100. So this is our first step. In the second step we will solve this equation. So here I am going to write down step number 2. In step number 2 we have delta y on the left hand side, while on right hand side we have x plus delta x whole power negative 100 minus x raised to power 100. So again this negative 100 belongs to this x, and this is also the power of delta x. So I will take x raised to power minus x common. Here we have 1 left, and here we do not have x, so it is divided by x. Now it is like this. Why I have taken x raised to power minus 100 as common? Because here we have x raised to power minus 100. So this will consider one term. This is the second term. In both terms we have x raised to power minus 100. We will take this as a common. Here we have left 1 plus delta x over x whole power minus 100. We have taken x raised to power minus 100 as common, so only negative 1 is here. Now delta y is equal to, this is our a plus b power n. On this part we are going to apply the binomial theorem. In binomial theorem, instead of a we have 1, instead of b we have delta x over x, and instead of n power we have negative 100. So this will remains the same because this is common, x raised to power minus 100. Here we have negative n, this is our power 0, and instead of a we have 1, and the power of 1 is negative 100 minus 0. Instead of b we have delta x over x, and the power of this is 0 plus nc1, this is 1 power minus 100 minus 1, and b we have delta x over x power 1. Right, I can write down here the remaining part, but you have to continue here if you have room. So here is minus 102 nc2, and power of 1 is minus 100 minus 2, and for b we have delta x over x square plus so on minus 1. So here I can write down x raised to power minus 100 will remains the same. nc0 is equal to 1. Whatever is the power of 1, it is also equal to 1. And the power of 0, suppose we have 1000 or 2000, whatever you have, if you have a power of 0, it is again 1. And NC1 means n divided by 1 factorial. There is no need to write down 1 factorial. Again, this is 1 and multiply by delta x over x. Here we have NC2. So it means n into n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial. And here I can write down delta x square over x square plus so on minus 1. Okay, so we will solve it further. Here I will say now we have delta y is equal to x raised to power minus 100, all 1 equal to 1, and then plus minus 100 delta x over x plus minus 100 and minus 100 minus 1, which is equal to minus 101 divided by 2 factorial delta x over x square plus so on minus 1. Here we have minus 1, here we have positive 1, so these two will cancel each other. Whatever is left minus, we will write down here 100 delta x over x plus minus 100 minus 101 divided by 2 factorial. Here we have delta x square over x square and plus 1. So here we have delta x, here we have delta x. So delta x we will take as a common. Delta x over x raised to power minus 100. Here we have 100 over x plus minus 100 minus 101 divided by 2 factorial. 1 delta x we have taken as common, so only 1 delta x is here, and so on. Now our step number 3 will start. In step number 3 you have to divide both sides by delta x. So it would be delta y over delta x, which is equal to delta x over delta x, x raised to power minus 100. Here we have minus 100 over x plus minus 100 minus 101 divided by 2 factorial delta x over x square plus so on. This delta x will cancel this. So we have left on left hand side delta y over delta x, which is equal to x raised to power minus 100. In parentheses we have minus 100 over x plus minus 100 minus 101 divided by 2 factorial delta x over x square plus so on. I will just check here that I have written delta x square. Yes. Okay, now step number 4 and the final step. Our step number 4 is apply limit. Apply limit on both sides. So here we have delta y over delta x, limit delta x tends to 0, which is equal to limit delta x tends to 0, x raised to power minus 100 minus 100 over x plus minus 100 minus 101 delta x over x square and so on. So wherever you will see delta x, you have to put 0, but on the left hand side when you apply limit delta x tends to 0 on delta y over delta x, it will be del dy by dx. So there is no delta x here. It means x raised to power minus 100 will remains the same. No delta x, it will remains the same. But here we have delta x. So I can write down for you. This is 101 0. When you will multiply anything with 0, this whole term will be 0. So this is equal to minus 100, and I will write down minus 100 here because for this, and this is 0, right? Okay, so only this is left. This is minus and this is plus. So if we will take this negative 100 in the denominator, I can write down like this. This implies that 100, because bases are same, it means we have to add or subtract the power. So there is no power, it means 1 in the denominator, and this x, the power of x, when we will it go to the denominator, the sign will change and it will be positive 100, which implies that minus 100 over x raised to power 101, 101. This is dy by dx. So here again we have used binomial theorem. Please practice this question. If you have any question, you can ask me. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.